Hello and welcome to Boomerang, West Lothian's weekly talking newspaper. This is being recorded on Friday the 31st of July. Tonight it's Team 2 who are bringing you the local news from around the county, taken with permission from this week's courier. I'm Rebecca, and also reading for us tonight are Joanne and Sarah. Jane is still on holiday and having a lovely time in France. Diane is in charge of the recording and editing tonight, which we all very much appreciate. I hope everyone has enjoyed our good spell of lovely weather. It was great while it lasted. However, I'm sure my garden has appreciated the rain. I don't think there's anything in the post bag, so we'll go on with the news.
Cash boost to help with money and waste. Support to help people learn practical skills by Stuart Somerville. 2 community projects in West Lothian are helping people save money, reduce waste and take practical steps towards a more sustainable future after winning funding to hire staff. Polbeth Community Hub, PCH, and West Calder and Harburn Community Development Trust received a grant totalling almost £20,000 to fund 2 development officers to manage their sustainability project, which includes a sustainable fashion initiative and a community garden. The funding has been provided through the Pates Hill Wind Farm Community Benefit Fund, delivered by On Path Energy and administered by the West Lothian Development Trust. With community initiatives often relying on volunteers, it can be difficult to find people able to commit significant time and resources. The funding allowed the organisations to employ 2 permanent part-time staff members who are dedicated to each project, coordinating volunteers and delivering sustainable community change through both projects. Adele Prendergast, manager of Polbeth Community Hub, said, "It's a challenge to find funding that covers operating expenses such as staff costs. The funding from OnPath towards employing a permanent part-time employee is crucial to the success of the project. Volunteers have done an awful lot, but there's only so much they can do without someone dedicated to coordinating the work and keeping things moving. Getting funding to put staff in place has transformed the project. Having someone there to coordinate volunteers and drive the work forward means we can achieve so much more." Having recently completed its first year, PCH's sustainability project has already diverted more than 2.7 tonnes of clothing, books, food and other reusable materials from landfill. This includes more than half a tonne of clothing through the rag bag recycling scheme, almost half a tonne of books redistributed through World of Books, and nearly 1.5 tonnes of food redistributed through Fair Share. Polbeth Community Hub partnered with Community Woods and Garden and West Calder on the funding applications. The gardens were established in 2013 by 2 local mums who wanted to ensure a green space which their kids could access. It now features woodland trails, a flourishing growing space and a community workshop. Sarah Livingston, the development officer and garden manager, has been essential in coordinating the project. Her work has helped provide an accessible green space for people without gardens of their own, while creating opportunities for social connections, reducing isolation and improving well-being. People's first reason for coming here is usually the social side of things, whether that's meeting other people, improving their mental well-being, or simply having access to a green space, said Sarah. The environmental side often comes later, once people feel more comfortable and confident getting involved. And she went on, "What draws people in is the community experience. We garden and eat together, hold open days and raise money. It's about much more than gardening on your own. It's the sense of belonging and shared purpose that keeps people coming back." The projects show how environmental action and community support can work hand in hand with practical initiatives, helping to address social challenges while encouraging more sustainable habits. Matt Pearce, Chief Executive at WC and HCDT, said people don't come along because they want to tick a net zero box. They come because they want to learn new skills, grow their own food, access affordable goods, or simply spend time with other people in their community. By reusing, repairing, growing and sharing resources locally, we're helping people save money, reduce waste and build stronger community connections at the same time. Pates Hill Wind Farm Community Fund invests more than £70,000 annually in local communities. The 14MW Wind Farm near West Calder has been generating electricity since 2010 and was acquired by On Path Energy in January 2025. Michael Newton, sustainability developer at On Path Energy, said, "Projects like this show how community benefit funding can make a real and practical difference to local people. At On Path Energy, we believe renewable energy projects should deliver lasting value for the areas around them. Through the Pates Hill Wind Farm Community Fund, we are proud to support initiatives that help communities become greener, more resilient and more inclusive. The majority of Pates Hill's funding is managed by the West Lothian Development Trust, which administers community benefit funds from wind farms across West Lothian. The Trust supports projects within 10 kilometres of wind farm developments, with priorities including relieving poverty, advancing education, encouraging environmental improvement, supporting sustainable development and helping communities access renewable energy. June Close, chair of WLDT, said, "It has been a privilege to support these projects. The enthusiasm and dedication of the employees and volunteers has encouraged local people of all ages and abilities to become actively involved in projects that strengthen community connections and foster a sense of shared responsibility for the environment."
Groups grabbed their share of chest funding. Article by Ross Thompson. 7 inspiring groups which benefit the local community in Winchborough have been awarded their share of the £4,000 community chest funding thanks to a new collaboration between Winchborough Developments, Callagholmes East and Winchborough Community Council. The funds, which have been donated by Winchborough Developments and Callagholmes as part of their ongoing investment into the growing community, will be used to help a diverse range of local groups and organisations thrive. A significant number of funding applications was received, with the judges Penny Lochhead, Winchborough Developments, and Graham Campbell, Winchborough Community Council, ultimately deciding to award a share of the £4,000 to Winchborough Warriors Netball Club, West Lothian Riding for the Disabled Association, Winchborough First Boys Brigade, West Lothian Flames Basketball Club, Women of Winchborough, Winchborough Parish Church and Winchborough-based 33rd West Lothian Scouts. The funding boost will enable the groups to better serve the community in a number of different ways, including the Scouts being able to offer subsidised trips for cubs to ensure they are accessible to all, and Winchborough Warriors starting a juniors club to encourage more local children into the sport. Penny Lochhead, Community Sports and Green Space Manager for Winchborough Development, said, "Winchborough is home to an incredible range of local organisations that deliver valuable projects and activities, bring people together, support residents of all ages and enhance well-being across the community. This is the first time Winchborough Developments and Callagholmes have come together to offer a funding award, and we're delighted to receive so many strong applications. We were particularly pleased to see brand new organisations, 2 of which came forward, as it means we're able to support them at the very start of their journey. We very much look forward to seeing how this funding helps each of the successful groups develop their projects and continue their inspiring work." Elaine Carrigan, Sales and Marketing Director at Callagholmes East, said, "Thank you to all the local groups that took the time to apply for the community chest. It was fantastic to see so many applications, and congratulations to the 7 groups that have been awarded funding. It is always a pleasure to work in partnership with Winchborough Developments Limited and Winchborough Community Council members. Through our previous collaborations and the community chest, we are able to help make a meaningful difference in the community, ensuring that local groups making a positive impact on residents continue to receive the support they need. The community chest is a great example of our community pledge in action, providing an opportunity to invest in projects that deliver lasting benefits for the town and the people who live there. Graham Campbell, Chair of Winchborough Community Council, said, "We're delighted to see this funding being shared among so many important and well-supported local groups that make such a valuable contribution to community life in Winchborough. On behalf of Winchborough Community Council, I'd like to congratulate all of the successful applicants and thank both Calla and Winchborough Developments for creating the fund and giving us the opportunity to help direct support where it can make a real difference. We look forward to seeing the positive impact these grants will have across the community." Claire McIntosh, Group Coach for West Lothian Riding for the Disabled Association, said, "We are delighted to receive this funding for our RDA riders, as it will enable us to purchase equipment for our new Countryside Challenge course, an outdoor obstacle course designed to build confidence and considerable skills. The skills and confidence our participants develop through the challenge will extend far beyond the area and will support them in everyday life." Sarah Canny, Chair of Winchborough Warriors Netball Club, commented, "We are excited to be entering the next stage of Winchborough Warriors Netball Club's development, and this funding will enable us to meet the growing demand for junior netball within our local community, creating more opportunities for young people to get involved in the sport. And we look forward to building on the strong reputation of our adult section while developing a thriving junior pathway for the future."
Dream Room now a reality for Builders Comp winner. This article is by Rose Thompson. A Winchborough primary school pupil has seen his dream bedroom become a reality after winning a competition launched by Persimmon Homes. The house builder, which is delivering new homes at the Scholars Development opposite the new Hawk Hill Primary School, challenged pupils to design their ideal bedroom for one of its new show homes. More than 30 budding designers entered, with Persimmon Homes East Scotland Sales Director Laura Still selecting Oliver's imaginative space-themed creation as the winner. Working closely with interior designers, Laura transformed the youngsters' drawings into a fully furnished bedroom in the show home, just a stone's throw from the school. Joined by local councillors Janet Campbell and Tony Boyle, Laura visited Hawk Hill Primary School to announce the winner during a special assembly before surprising Oliver with a trip to the Scholars Development to see his design brought to life for the first time. Now known as Oliver's Space, the room has become a firm favourite among young visitors to the show home, with its out-of-this-world theme proving a hit with families. As a thank you for his creativity, Persimmon presented Oliver with vouchers for him to enjoy during the summer holidays. Laura Still, Sales Director at Persimmon Homes East Scotland, said, "We were blown away by the standard of entries, and choosing a winner was no easy task. Oliver's design really stood out for its creativity and enthusiasm, and it was fantastic to work with our interior designers to bring his vision to life. Seeing his reaction when he walked into the room made it all worthwhile." Councillor Tony Boyle said, "As one of the local councillors, I'm delighted to see Persimmon's engagement with Hawk Hill Primary School and the wider community through its support for the Gala Day. Thank you for the invitation to meet competition winner Oliver and see his winning design brought to life by the Persimmon's interior designer as Oliver's Space in the show home. It was fantastic to see his reaction and his pride he took in seeing his idea become a reality." Councillor Janet Campbell added, "Can I say thank you to Persimmon for the invitation to view the bedroom designed by Oliver, a pupil at Hawkhill Primary School. I would like to pay tribute to Persimmon for their investment in this community. Not only have they engaged in a most striking way inspiring our young people, they are proactively working with West Lothian College in order to provide apprenticeships for young men and women from West Lothian. Persimmon Homes, the Scholars Development, is delivering a range of energy-efficient homes in Winchborough and sits opposite the new Hawkhill Primary School, helping create a growing community for local families." And there's a really nice photograph accompanying this with the head teacher from the school and councillors Janet Campbell and Tony Boyle and young Oliver, who's giving a thumbs up. He looks very pleased.
Lucy is in the market for some good ideas after Fellowship Award. West Lothian market founder given prestigious prize by Nicholas Malazia. The founder of a beloved West Lothian market has been awarded a prestigious fellowship to work on the international stage. Bathgate Market and Car Boot Sale organiser Lucy Lawson won the 2026 Churchill Fellowship, allowing her to launch her local work abroad. Lucy, who founded a community-focused Unicorn Market, CIC, which runs the market, will travel across the UK, Germany and the Netherlands to study how successful markets support small traders, regenerate town centres and benefit local communities. She plans to bring these ideas back to West Lothian and share her findings with markets across Scotland. The 26-year-old launched the market after graduating from university, giving a platform to many local micro-businesses and bringing life back into the small town. Lucy said there is a lot to learn from the models of more established markets, including how they best benefit their local communities and overcome challenges. I intend to learn from them and apply my knowledge to the markets I am already running. The Bathgate Market grew from a project in Lucy's university years to a full-scale community staple in the town. She began with a 5-week trial and has extended the lease multiple times since. Lucy loves watching businesses flourish at the market, which she calls her absolute baby. She continued, "I've seen people make their ideas into reality. A baker started with us and now they have a full-scale bread operation. Some people say they come and it's the first person they spoke to all week, and that's what makes it so special to me, is seeing how special it is for other people. We had an Easter bunny come the other week and a mum said she couldn't afford to have taken her daughter to see the Easter bunny elsewhere. It's just nice wee things. Rain or shine, we're there every Saturday. It's good to be there for people." The Bathgate Market and Car Boot Sale takes place every Saturday at 9 a.m. in the Old Station Car Park, Bathgate. You can find more information on their Facebook page, and there is a lovely picture of Lucy, who is smiling. She has lovely blonde hair with pink streaks through it, and she is actually a lovely girl.
MP's Dram Delight at US Tariff Whisky Lift article by Ross Thompson. MP Gregor Poynton has welcomed the removal of US tariffs on Scotch whisky, describing the move as a major boost for one of Scotland's most important industries and for the businesses and workers across the Livingston constituency who help power its success. From today, Scotch whisky exports to the US will once again be tariff-free, supporting one of Scotland's largest export industries and helping businesses compete in one of their most valuable international markets. Livingston is home to a number of businesses that play an important role in Scotland's world-renowned whisky industry. These include Glenmorangi's custom-built bottling facility at Alba Campus, where its Glenmorangie and Ardbeg brands are bottled. Ian MacLeod Distillers, the independent family-owned Scotch whisky producer based in Broxburn. ACO Limited on Dean's Industrial Estate, parent company of the Murray McDavid Scotch whisky brand, and the major maturation and warehousing facilities operated by the North British Distillery at nearby Addywell. Mr. Poynton said, "The UK Labour government's work towards the removal of US tariffs on Scotch whisky is excellent news for Scotland and West Lothian, where the Livingston constituency plays an important role in one of our country's greatest success stories. West Lothian has a proud place in Scotland's whisky industry, from internationally recognised distillers and bottling facilities to warehousing, logistics and specialist whisky businesses. Companies across our area make an important contribution to Scotland's biggest export success story. The United States is Scotch whisky's largest export market, so removing these tariffs gives businesses greater confidence to invest, grow exports, and continue supporting jobs throughout the supply chain. It's a positive step for businesses on both sides of the Atlantic and demonstrates the value of maintaining strong trading relationships that help Scottish products reach customers around the world. Our local businesses have built international reputations for quality and innovation. Removing these barriers to trade will help firms across West Lothian continue growing, creating jobs and attracting investment into our communities. The United States is the Scotch whisky industry's most valuable export market, with exports worth £933 million in 2025. Industry leaders have said the return to tariff-free trade will provide greater certainty for investment while benefiting businesses throughout the wider supply chain, including cooperages, transport, hospitality, retail and agriculture. Mr. Poynton added, whether it's distilling, bottling, warehouses, logistics or specialist whisky businesses, West Lothian has an important role in the success of one of Scotland's biggest exports. This week's announcement is welcome news for local employers, for workers and their families, and for the many businesses across our constituency that benefit from a thriving Scotch whisky industry. And there's a picture of Livingston MP Gregor Poynton at the North British Distillery warehouse in Addywell, which is advertised with a large NB at the end of a triangle of 6 beer barrels.
On the beat, online crooks are targeting our vulnerable young people. And this is with Chief Inspector Dougie Grieve. This week, I would like to talk about how the digital age has transformed the way we live, learn and connect. For our young people, and those of us no longer so young, it provides great opportunity to access endless resources, develop our skills and stay in touch with friends and family all over the world instantaneously, and it assists us with the most day-to-day tasks. However, like most things being connected, it also carries risks. Unfortunately, where most of us use it for enjoyment, some use it to deliberately harm and seek to exploit us. Often these people are specifically targeting our young and vulnerable people on gaming, social media and messaging platforms. They target people using effective tactics such as manipulation, deception, and false identities, sometimes building trust over long periods of time before exploiting their victims. I can't stress the importance as a parent, carer, or young person of having open, honest and regular conversations about your online use, making sure to highlight anything that doesn't feel right or makes you feel uncomfortable. We have lots of useful advice about staying safe available on our website at www.scotland.policeuk. It's important as a parent or carer to take an interest in our young people's online world. Showing an interest, making use of parental controls and acknowledging which apps they use can be the most effective way to keep our loved ones safe. Making sure young people know that they can approach you judgment-free and be supported and listened to. Social media has become one of the biggest industries of the digital age and part of everyday life. We use it to stay connected as a business tool, and it even gives us the means to share information live. It is also used across our regions by community groups to positively support local events and strengthen local connections. Before sharing a post, you ask yourself some simple questions. Who posted this? Is the information being given from a trusted source? Has the information been verified? And could sharing the information cause unnecessary harm? Taking time to ask yourself these questions is the best method we have to combat causing unnecessary harm in our communities and prevent you from falling victim to misinformation or disinformation. Misinformation is defined as false information being shared unintentionally, while disinformation is false information deliberately created and spread to mislead others. To be clear, there is no age group that is immune to being targeted online by those intent on causing harm. It is important that we view the online realm with a degree of caution and consideration for the risks that exist in this sphere. As your local area commander, I would encourage everyone to be conscious on how we use our digital footprint. By taking personal responsibility, maintaining open and honest conversations with our young and vulnerable people, we can keep the internet a safe place for learning, opportunity, and to promote the many fantastic things about our communities across the West Lothian area.
7K helps youth space make young folk happy by Ross Thompson. A West Lothian charity supporting local young people is set to benefit from a £7,899 donation from NFU Mutual's Edinburgh and Lothians agency. Youth Space, which operates in Linlithgow and the surrounding area, will receive the funding through NFU's Mutual's National Agency Giving Fund, an initiative designed to support local organisations making a difference to their communities. The charity delivers a wide range of services for young people, including informal drop-ins, school engagement, holiday programmes, volunteering opportunities and dedicated mental health support. Over the past year alone, Youth Space has provided more than 1,700 sessions, reaching in excess of 1,000 young people. The donation will help the charity continue running 6 regular drop-in sessions, offering a safe and welcoming environment where young people can connect, build confidence and access further support when needed. It will also contribute to the ongoing costs of the charity's Health and Wellbeing Hub, where free counselling is provided to young people who might otherwise struggle to access professional support due to long waiting lists or financial pressures. Graham Lacey, project manager at Youth Space, said, "We're incredibly grateful to NFU Mutual, Edinburgh and Lothians for this generous donation. Demand for our services continues to grow, particularly around mental health support, and this funding will play a vital role in helping us maintain safe spaces and provide free counselling for young people who need it most." The Edinburgh and Lothians agency selected Youth Space because of its strong local presence and a clear need for its services within the community. Scott Carruthers, agent at NFU Mutual Edinburgh and Lothians, added, "Youth Space stood out to us as an organisation making a tangible difference to young people locally. We regularly hear concerns from our customers about the challenges facing younger generations, particularly around well-being, confidence and future opportunities, and Youth Space is actively helping to address these issues. The charity provides not just support, but also opportunities for young people to grow in confidence, develop life skills, and feel part of their community. We are delighted to support the continuation of that work. NFU Mutual's Agency Giving Fund, now in its 6th year, forms part of a wider £4 million commitment to supporting national and local charities in 2026.
MSP impressed by banks' in-person service. Scottish Labour MSP Jenny Young has praised Nationwide Livingston for showing why in-person banking in the community is vital after a recent visit to the branch. Young was invited by Nationwide Retail Branch Manager James Anderson to the branch to learn more about the services it provides to its customers and the local community. The Labour MSP learned about some of the specific initiatives the branch has taken on, including hosting dementia clinics, offering money lessons to children in local schools, and being a safe space for victims of domestic abuse. Nationwide Building Society recently pledged to keep all of its 696 UK branches open until at least 2030. Commenting, the Lothian's West MSP said, "I want to thank James and his team for welcoming me to the branch and for giving me a really clear insight into what the branch is doing for people in the local community. The reality is that while a lot of people are happy to do their banking online nowadays, there are still many people who want to be able to speak with someone face-to-face about their queries or concerns. I commend James and his team for thinking about how they can be as accessible as possible and for all the ways they are trying to serve the people of Livingston. They really are showing why in-person banking in the community is vital. They offer support and advice to people who may be struggling with dementia. The building is a safe space for victims of domestic abuse, and I'm really impressed with their initiative offering money lessons to school pupils. These services are not just for customers and Nationwide members. They are for anyone in the Livingston area, and I would encourage anyone who could benefit from them to get involved." James Anderson, Livingston branch manager at Nationwide, added, "It was a pleasure to welcome Jenny Young, MSP, to the branch and show her the important role we play on the high street. Having a local presence means customers can choose how they bank while also giving us the opportunity to support the wider community. From day-to-day banking through to dementia clinics and digital lessons, our branches make a positive difference locally, and it was fantastic for Jenny to see that impact firsthand." And there's a photograph alongside this article of the manager alongside the Labour MSP.
Man considers appeal after council rejected small holding proposal, an article by Stuart Somerville. A Broxburn man is considering an appeal to the Scottish Government after West Lothian Council formally rejected his proposals for a new family home at his small holding. Gordon Bowe suffers from a terminal illness and said he needs the accommodation for his son and family members to help him. And local councillor Angela Dordan-Timpson highlighted how few councillors were at the meeting which made the decision. She echoed Mr. Bowe's opinion when she told the local Democracy Reporting Service, "I don't think that Gordon got a fair hearing." Speaking at last week's meeting of the Development Management Committee, DMC, in Livingston, planners said the proposals for a 5-bedroom, 2-storey home on site adjoining a disused tractor shed would contravene strict rules about house building in the countryside and recommended refusal. In all, 11 policies against development in the countryside would be contravened. Planners said the development would encroach 60 square metres into the countryside to the west of the small holding at 11 Holmes Holdings. Mr. Bowe told the LDRS, "I've got 12 acres of spring barley growing. The 60 square metres is insignificant. It won't encroach on the barley whatsoever. I just don't see what the problem is. People might think I have a big house, but it is only 3 bedrooms. There's just not enough space for my son." He added, "I have a terminal illness and I need my family near me to help." Mr. Bowe said he was considering an appeal to the Scottish Government's Division of Planning and Environmental Appeals, adding, "I just don't think we had a fair hearing at all." Only 3 councillors were able to make the Development Management Committee meeting, which was held last week. A fourth elected member joined remotely. Another 2 were on holiday, and a third is undergoing training to sit on the committee. Conservative group leader Damien Doran-Timpson had spoken up for Mr Bowe at the meeting, suggesting that some leeway be given to the proposals, but he had no one to back up an amendment against the Labour motion to support planners. One of Mr Bowe's local councillors is fellow Conservative Broxburn's Angela Doran-Timpson. She told the LDRS, "I don't think Gordon got a fair hearing because there were so few councillors in attendance at the meeting. The councillors referred to an application for a solar farm near the village of Kirknewton. Damien Doran-Timpson had to withdraw from the meeting because he had voiced an opinion. His inability to take part rendered the meeting inquorate, meaning there were not enough councillors to make a proper decision. That hearing has now been delayed until September, when it will be debated by the full council. It's thought to be the first time the DMC has had to refer a matter to full councillor for that reason." A spokesperson for the council told the LDRS, "Except when required for regulatory committees, the main school holiday periods are avoided when scheduling meetings. The Development Management Committee does not go into recess during the summer period, as we have a legal obligation to process planning applications in a timely manner. The Council's standing orders sets out the minimum number of elected members that must be present to ensure that meetings are quorate and that business can be transacted. The Development Management Committee was quorate with 3 members present when this decision was made." And we'll take a wee break to bring you the intimations.
And we have the deaths. Barclay Douglas, peacefully at Tippett Hill Hospital on the 21st of July 2026. Douglas Barclay, aged 87, beloved husband of Rubina Ina, much-loved stepdad of Neil and sister of Kathy, an adored uncle and dear friend to many. A lifelong member of Bathgate Amateur Operatic Society, he brought joy to countless productions and made many lifelong friendships through his love of musical theatre. He will be greatly missed by all who knew him. The funeral service will take place at West Lothian Crematorium in Livingston on Friday the 7th of August at 10:30 a.m, to which all family and friends are respectfully invited. Family flowers only, please. And the family would like to thank the staff at Tippett Hill Hospital for their compassionate care and support.
And now we return to the news.
Whole host of events at Livy Centre by Ross Thompson. This autumn, customers can enjoy a packed calendar of seasonal events at Dobie's Livingston store, with experiences designed for children, families, dog owners and those looking to enjoy a relaxing autumn-themed crafternoon tea. The 3-tiered afternoon tea will include an excellent selection of freshly made finger sandwiches, Dobie's famous scones with plain and fruit options, served with Cornish clotted cream and a mini pot of jam, and a delicious selection of sweet treats to top it off. Customers will also get a pot of tea or coffee with unlimited refills. Customers can also upgrade to a Prosecco afternoon tea when booking. This spooky season, come along to a spellbinding Halloween tea party filled with witchy magic and tasty treats at Dobie's store Little Scarelings event. Little ones can take part in some hands-on fun with a spectacular session of potion making, creating their own glow-in-the-dark slime, and decorating a trick-or-treat bag to take home and fill with Halloween sweets. There will be lots of ghoulish games and activities to take part in, and a Halloween-themed afternoon tea brimming with sandwiches, scarily good scones and spooky sweet treats. Dobie's popular Pumpkin Patch will return to the Livingston store this autumn for lots of tail-wagging fun for dogs. Bring your furry friend along to the dog-friendly event where they can sniff, explore, choose their very own autumn toy from the playful patch. With activities from a doggy obstacle course and a sniff or treat game to enjoying a puppuccino from the restaurant, furry friends are bound to have a pawsome outing. The event will also include a free digital photo opportunity for dogs to pose in front of an autumnal backdrop for a beautiful pet portrait. Dobby's Livingston store is hosting the ultimate autumn activity with a themed planting experience where the green team will show customers how to create their own autumn terrarium. There will be the chance to create a miniature indoor landscape that captures the rich colours and textures of the season, with plants carefully selected by Dobby's senior plant buyer and RHS judge Claire Bishop. The workshop will start with a guided demonstration where attendees can learn some expert tips on care and design. Then customers will have the chance to get hands-on and create a beautiful terrarium to take home and care for. Dobby's events programme manager Hannah Stephen is looking forward to welcoming families, dogs and planting enthusiasts to the excellent lineup of autumn events taking place in store this year. She said, Dobbies are excited to offer a variety of seasonal events with fun for all ages and every member of the family. The Autumn Terrarium Workshop is the perfect afternoon out for couples and friends who love to be creative. And our brand new Autumn Crafternoon Tea is an excellent opportunity for customers to enjoy crafting, conversation and a change of pace. Our Little Scarelings event is a firm favourite for families with plenty of action-packed activities. And the Pupkin Patch is back by popular demand for all the dogs looking to get involved in the autumn fun. We can't wait to celebrate autumn and Halloween by welcoming our customers into stores. And for more information on autumn events at the Livingston store and to book tickets, visit dobbies.com/events. And there is a picture of two ladies sitting at a table, and they have the 3-tier afternoon tea stand there, and it looks delicious. There are slices of what only it looks like little mini cheesecakes and beautiful sandwiches, and in front of them they have paint palettes, paint brushes, and it looks like they are, I think they're painting stones. Well done, ladies.
We're going to take a break now and bring you some music. The second part of the recording will begin after that. And now we'll start section 2 with a selection of main news items and some sports news.
Farmland plans are welcomed. Article by Stuart Somerville. Councillors have welcomed plans to return part of the Bee Craigs Country Park to farmland. A 10-year lease will be offered to farm buildings and fields which used to house an animal attraction in the country park. The council hopes to attract a tenant new to farming and is working with an organisation which promotes this. The plan is described as a significant opportunity in a business where it is difficult to get started. Councillor Pauline Orr said, "I welcome the paper and the proposals for lease as an income generator for West Lothian Council." The farm is 159 acres of grazing and a steading of 5 sheds. It was previously the Animal Attraction Centre at Bee Craigs near Linlithgow, housing rare breeds including red deer, Highland and belted Galloway cattle and rare breed sheep, which closed in 2023. Councillor Orr had expressed reservations about the plan, given previous difficulties the council had faced in marketing Bee Craigs as a Christmas event venue. However, after the meeting, she told the local Democracy Reporting Service she had been reassured. She said, "I expressed concerns that for new farmers, the farm in question was large, and I asked what assurances could be given to ensure that a 10-year lease was in fact manageable. Farming is not an easy business to be in or enter into, as it involves significant challenges, and though it can be rewarding and fulfilling, you need a deep understanding of agricultural practices. It is physically demanding as well as administratively tough, and the financial risk of farming can be daunting when taking into account unpredictable weather, equipment and maintenance costs, which are often underestimated. I was advised that there was an appropriate officer involved who had a farming background himself. I also recognise the value in adding to the existing agricultural land in the county, whether that be to grow crops or raise livestock, and I looked forward to future development updates. A report to the Council's executive said, it is proposed that the property be offered for lease on the basis of a medium-term, 10-year, modern limited duration tenancy, or MLDT. This type of lease provides flexibility for both the landlord and the tenant to achieve their respective objectives in the management of the subjects of let. Farming Opportunities for New Entrants, or FONE, is a multi-organisational national working group which was established in 2016 with the main objective of creating opportunities for new entrants to come into farming. The report by Jack Orr, the group property surveyor, said, opportunities are few and far between due to the lack of land reaching the market for this purpose, the nature of agricultural tenure in Scotland, and the inability of new entrants to compete with established farming businesses when bidding for new opportunities. It is clear that the subjects of let at Beacraigs would provide a very significant opportunity for a new entrant into farming, or for someone who has already started out in a small way and wishes to expand to a larger enterprise. FONE has both private and public sector members and is supported by the Scottish Government. The report added, the FONE group is fully supportive of the property being used in this way. It concluded, the land and buildings used in connection with the previous animal attraction at Beacraigs Country Park provide a rare opportunity for the council to manage part of its landholding in a proactive way, whilst allowing a potential new entrant into farming and retaining flexibility for this asset.
Council hit back on garden pole, an article by Stuart Somerville. West Lothian residents pay the second highest charges for garden waste uplift in Scotland, a new commercial survey claims. This year, households in the county have to pay £55.75 for 2 brown bin garden rubbish collections. But the claim doesn't reveal the full picture, the council said this week, as it again made clear the funding crisis facing local authorities. Research carried out on behalf of Divert, a waste collection service, pointed out that only Stirling and West Dunbartonshire councils charge more for garden waste uplift at £60 a year. A West Lothian spokesperson said, this analysis isn't really giving the full picture. The charge is correct, but it's not made clear that this is for 2 brown bins, not just the one. In Stirling, the permit runs for 12 months from April to April, and food waste is not accepted. Some households are exempt from paying, including those receiving council tax reduction, certain council tax discounts or exemptions linked to severe mental impairment or the council's garden maintenance service. In West Dunbartonshire, the collection period is shorter, only running from March to November. The service is fortnightly and food waste is accepted, which makes it different from many other paid garden waste schemes. If households require more than 1 bin, additional bins cost £60 per bin. In West Lothian, the spokesperson pointed out the figure of £55.75 for West Lothian garden waste permits is correct. However, this allows a household up to 2 brown bins. If a customer has 2 brown bins, they only pay 1 charge. Most other councils charge per bin permit. It's important to point that out. For example, in Angus, it's £110 for 2 bins compared to £55.75 for 2 bins in West Lothian. Yet this table has Angus below West Lothian with a charge of £55. The study said that 1 out of 4 councils offer a discount garden waste service. On average, waste collection costs are the 6th most expensive in the UK. The most expensive part of the UK is the South East, with an average collection rate of £72.14. There was a furious response in West Lothian when the council proposed the introduction of brown bin charges in 2024. Councillors from across the chamber objected, as did thousands of residents. As the Local Democracy Reporting Service revealed at the time, it was only unions representing waste services staff that welcomed it as the first investment in operation in more than 20 years. The council spokesperson highlighted that garden waste uplift is not yet a statutory service. West Lothian faces huge cutbacks in funding. They added, the collection of garden waste is not a statutory service, and with restricted budgets and increasing costs, councils can no longer afford to operate this type of collection as a free service, which is why most Scottish councils have a garden waste collection fee. To retain a garden waste collection service, it was therefore necessary to introduce a charge to contribute towards the cost of its provision. The garden waste permits generate income and are appropriately priced to ensure that 100% of that income covers the cost of providing the garden waste service. There is no obligation to make use of this chargeable service, and residents can continue to dispose of garden waste free of charge at community recycling centres.
No barking for Lucy, as dog has own sound, by a staff reporter. A dog moos instead of barks and loves to meet cows on walks. Golden Retriever Lucy has made a distinctive moo sound since she was a pup. Owner Cara Ovens, 36, says her pet is now 9 but still makes the noise and began sharing clips on social media. In one clip, the dog can be seen mooing at a group of cows who moo back in surprise. I've had Lucy since she was a puppy, said Cara from West Lothian. It started very early and it was a bit of a shock. She was about 10 weeks old when she first did it. It just got more enthusiastic as the years went on. And here we are, 9 years later, and she's louder than ever. Lucy, who is in perfect health, can also make a more typical barking sound, but Cara believes she enjoys the reaction she gets from people with her unique noise. While the noise sometimes reminds Cara of a cow, she says more often it sounds like a human saying woo. I think she learnt that it gets a reaction, Cara said. She does many different tones, different volumes, different strengths. I do think it's a communication method above all else. There have been a couple she's done in the past which sound very close to a human saying woo, but I can appreciate when surrounded by cows it sounds very like a moo. Cara began sharing clips of Lucy on her Instagram at Lucy Woos back in 2020, but last spring Lucy went viral for the first time. Commenters have been amused and bemused by Lucy's bark, even suggesting that Cara sees a pet psychic to find out the reasons behind it. I started sharing videos during lockdown, but her videos didn't really get a huge amount of traction, she said. In April last year, I posted a really short video of her running down the stairs. She woos while going down the stairs, so it sounds incredibly daft. That video went way more viral than I could have ever thought. A lot of her followers on Instagram have suggested I speak to one of those pet psychics who tell you what your pet is thinking. Most of the comments we get ask, does she bark as well? And yes, she does. It can be quite noisy. Lucy has amassed nearly 200,000 followers on Instagram, and owner Cara says she enjoys seeing the humour people find in her videos. Most of the time we get comments of people saying how much joy it brings them, which is the reason I decided to start sharing in the first place, she said. She makes me laugh out loud without fail every single day, and if we can spread that joy a little bit further, that's the goal. And there is a fantastic picture of Golden Retriever Lucy and with her mum, and they're at a park, and there is a big metal, you know, those big egg chairs with like orange rope, and Mum Cara is being pinned down to that. Mum's wearing a pink sweatshirt and blue trousers, and Golden Retriever Lucy is huge. She is completely squashing her mum, but she looks very happy.
Designer Outlet teams up with hockey champs. Livingston Designer Outlet has teamed up with Scottish National League and Scottish Cup champions, the Edinburgh Capitals, in a new partnership that will bring exclusive fan experiences, player appearances and community events to Scotland's largest designer outlet throughout the 2026-27 season. The partnership will see the Edinburgh Capitals become a regular presence at Livingston Designer Outlet, with player appearances, competitions, ticket giveaways, membership drives, pop-up events and fan experiences designed to bring supporters closer to the club while introducing new audiences to one of Scotland's most successful ice hockey teams. As part of the partnership, Livingston Designer Outlet will become the club's main jersey sponsor for the 26-27 season, with the new playing shirt set to be unveiled soon. The collaboration reflects Livingston Designer Outlet's continued commitment to creating memorable experiences beyond shopping, while supporting organisations that play an important role within communities across Scotland. Michelle Whitelaw, Centre Director at Livingston Designer Outlet, said, "At Livingston Designer Outlet, we're always looking for partnerships that create exciting experiences for our visitors while supporting organisations that make a real difference within our local communities." The Edinburgh Capitals have built an incredibly passionate fan base and continue to grow both on and off the ice. We're looking forward to working together throughout the season to bring fans closer to the club while creating some fantastic experiences at the outlet. The Edinburgh Capitals have enjoyed significant growth since the reopening of Murrayfield Ice Arena following its 30-month closure during the pandemic. The club currently attracts average crowds of more than 2,150 supporters, has over 500 season ticket holders and enters the new season as both Scottish National League and Scottish Cup champions. Scott Neal, General Manager at Murrayfield Ice Arena, said, "We're delighted to be partnering with Livingston Designer Outlet. This is far more than a sponsorship. It's a partnership that will help us grow commercially, strengthen our connection with supporters and create new opportunities to engage with communities across the region. Working together will allow us to reach new audiences through player appearances, events, competitions and promotions, while giving our supporters exciting opportunities to connect with the club away from the rink." Visitors can look forward to a programme of activity throughout the season, with further details on events, appearances and competitions to be announced in the coming months. For more information, head to https livingstondesigneroutlet.co.uk.
Charity boost for the Outsider, an article by Rose Thompson. West Lothian-based social enterprise The Outsider, which makes all-weather coats, has been boosted by a 4-figure donation which will see 25 of the garments donated to Glasgow's homeless community. Since being founded by a local man, John Keogh, in 2022, the customised outdoor coats and changing robes have been popular with the likes of wild swimmers, campers, equestrian enthusiasts and hill walkers. These convert from a coat and bag during the day to a sleeping bag at night to keep the wearer warm and dry, even in the worst conditions. The range now also includes wheelchair coats and specialist Parkinson's jackets. The Community Interest Company, CIC, ploughs profits from the sales into the production and subsequent donation of sleeping coats for the UK's homeless and rough sleepers, with to date more than 400 coats having been given free of charge to those most in need. Thanks to the anonymous donation of £4,000, a further 25 will now be manufactured and distributed to those sleeping rough on the streets of Glasgow. Welcoming the unexpected gesture, the Outsider Chief Executive John Keogh said, "There is more and more pressure being put on temporary accommodation and night shelters in Glasgow. As the homelessness crisis continues to grow in the city, it's important to know there are incredible people out there. Many of these people do good but want absolutely no recognition for it. They do it because it's the right thing to do. We were honoured to be approached to supply our sleeping coats to help rough sleepers. It's an incredible and humbling gesture. The coats will be made at the company's new manufacturing base in Pumferston, having previously been made in Dumfries."
Health store opens. A new health store has opened its doors at West Lothian Shopping Centre, Grapetree, which offers a variety of products to encourage healthy eating, welcomed customers into the centre at Livingston. The shop sells a range of different wellness products, including nuts and seeds, protein powders, supplements, as well as a variety of cupboard products such as jams, spreads and grains. Sharing a montage of photos from inside the store, the team at the centre gave a warm welcome to the chain. The post reads, "A warm welcome to the Grapetree, now open at the centre. Explore their wide selection of nuts, dried fruit, seeds, grains, nutrition and so much more. Come discover their large selection. We won't judge if you stock up." Many shoppers are excited by the opening. One person said, "Fantastic, great shop." A second wrote, "Looks amazing, absolutely fantastic addition." A description of the shop reads, "Shop at Grapetree for a great range of health foods and well-being products, offering you value, quality and choice in store or online. Buy whole foods and superfoods, including our own 100% organic range, plus healthy and nutritious snacks such as nuts, dried fruits and seeds. Our walnuts are a real food source. Browse organic free from raw and vegan product ranges. Our range also extends to personal care and beauty, minerals, vitamins and supplements."
5 sisters in urgent need of new storage space. An article by Chloe Goodall. A West Lothian zoo has asked locals for help in solving an urgent issue that has arisen. 5 Sisters Zoo in West Calders is urging the public to help them find a new storage location. Issuing an appeal on social media, the zoo revealed that the new owners of their current storage area, a 2-acre site at 5 Sisters Business Park, has informed them they need to vacate by September. Now, as a result, they're asking if anyone knows of a suitable area for them to move into. In the post they wrote, "Thank you so much to everyone who offered help regarding our storage problem. We've had a lot of offers of help, but so far none is suitable for different reasons. We currently rent, month to month, a 2-acre site at 5 Sisters Business Park, which the new owners have decided they have another use for, and we have to vacate by September. If anyone can or knows of anyone locally to the zoo who could help us, we would be so grateful. Even sharing this post could possibly help. Thank you. If you may be able to help, please call Brian 07584 324920 or email Brian at 5sisterszoo.co.uk.
Vaccine plea to residents. Almond Valley MSP Angela Constance has encouraged residents to get the HPV vaccine to help fight cervical cancer. In Scotland, HPV vaccination is routinely offered to pupils in S1 around age 12 and re-offered in subsequent years S2 to S4, with figures showing an around 78.1% coverage rate in West Lothian by the end of S4. A study in 2024 showed no cervical cancer cases have been detected in fully vaccinated women following HPV immunisation at age 12 to 13 since the programme started in Scotland in 2008. However, Scotland-wide figures have shown a decline in the overall rate of vaccination over the last 10 years, down from 93.3% in 2015-16 to 82.9% in 2024-25, showing that progress is not linear. Commenting, Wisconsin said the HPV vaccine is really important and Scotland has high rates of vaccination, but these figures show we cannot be complacent about that progress.
Specialist team tackles backlog. The success of a specialist team to tackle a backlog of empty council homes saw 140 homes made available in the first 3 months of this year. That compares with just 129 for the same period last year, a meeting of the Housing Services PDSP held. Demand still outstrips supply though, and 19 of West Lothian's 47 communities had no homes to let between January and March. A joint action team comprising of housing officers and building services staff was set up in late 2024 to tackle the backlog. As the Local Democracy Reporting Service revealed, more staff have been hired and $1 million set aside for the contractors to assist the council. A report to the PDSP said this increase in available lets is a result of there being a higher turnover of properties and repairs work being completed in more void properties compared to the same quarter last year. During January to March, Quarter 4, 2025 to 26, there were 19 communities with no lets recorded, totalling 1,186 properties. During the whole of 2025-26, there were 10 communities with no lets recorded, totalling 345 properties. The communities with the highest percentage of total lets were Linlithgow with 18 lets, 12%, Elyburn and Kirkton with 13 lets, 9.3%, and Armadale with 12 lets, 8.6%. 7 communities had one mainstream property available to let: Breach, Bridgend, Howden, Kirknewton, Mid-Calder, Pumferston, Seafield and Uphall Station. The report added the majority of properties that were available for letting were cottage types, followed by 4 in a block and flats. There were also 9 maisonettes and 5 sheltered housing lets. In terms of property size, 54% of the lets were 2-bedroom properties, 76 lets, 29% were 1-bedroom properties, 41 lets, and 15% were 3-bedroom properties, 21 lets, and 1% were 4-bedroom properties, 2 lets, and there were no 5-bedroom properties.
£1 million invested in waiting times. More than £1 million have been invested in West Lothian in a drive to cut the length of time council houses are left empty between tenants. Contractors have been brought in, more staff hired, and a dedicated team has worked to tackle void times in between lets. It has seen an 8-day reduction in the turnaround time and more than 1,300 homes with repairs completed in the last year and more than 1,000 homes let. In a report to the Council's Housing Services Committee, officers pointed to successes since the formation of an interdepartmental voids team to tackle a huge backlog of repairs. Problems facing the council had been exacerbated by the poor condition of the majority of homes returned as voids, many needing major refit. The council decided in its annual budget to set aside £1.2 million for contractors to help council staff complete housing improvements. The current reletting performance for 26-27, April and May, is 64.57 days, a further reduction of 6 days from 2025 to 26. The service has rented 10% more properties in the first 2 months of 26-27 than the same period last year. The Void team brings officers from building services and housing under one roof for joint working to reduce delays in getting homes back out to tenants. A new agreement between the Council and Scottish Gas provides utility support throughout the time homes are empty. A total of 1,022 homes were let in the last year. Whitburn and Blackburn saw the most homes, with 90 mainstream tenancies and 145 temporary tenancies agreed. In Livingston, 183 homes were let across the 2 council wards. In Bathgate, it was 150, whilst Armadale was 128 and Broxburn was 105. Other wards saw Breach Valley at 136, East Livingston and East Calder with 46, and Linlithgow with 39.
Holiday Camp provides kids with footy fun. MP Kirsty Sullivan recently visited the Blackburn United CSC Holiday Camp to see firsthand the support being provided to local children and families during the school holidays. The free holiday camps provide a safe and welcoming environment for most 40 children in each session, offering healthy meals alongside football, multi-sports and team-building activities led by qualified coaches. The programme is supported by Meals and More, whose funding helps ensure every child has access to a healthy breakfast and nutritious lunch while taking part in activities. During the visit, Ms Sullivan met staff, volunteers and young participants, learning about the positive impact the programme has on children and families in the local community. She also heard about Meals and More, who have supported provision of more than 2.8 million meals alongside thousands of hours of enriching activities and opportunities for children living in poverty to thrive, not just survive. Ms Sullivan also recognised the contribution of volunteers, including Killian and Roisin Boyle, who have supported the club's programme for several years. And there is a really nice photograph of all of the children, and there's a big crowd of them. There must be at least 30, and Roisin and her friend and Kirsty Sullivan, her MP.
Housing Association's Fun Day. Summer Fun Day is Success for Link by Ross Thompson. Almost 500 people joined Link Group at the Creamery Park for a relaxed afternoon of family fun and entertainment for the Housing Association's annual Bathgate Summer Fun Day. The Fun Day, now celebrating its 5th year running, gives families an opportunity to connect with their community while enjoying a day of free activities, food and games during the summer holidays. Visitors enjoyed activities like face painting, bouncy castles, a sensory tent, football and arts and crafts. Link Group collaborated with the Link in West Lothian tenant group to plan the annual celebration, with Link in West Lothian chairperson Jim Porter commenting that the day helps provide a strong tenant voice and makes Link more visible in the community. He said seeing so many families enjoying the day was brilliant. The event gave people the opportunity to connect with the Link, learn about local services and meet their neighbours while enjoying a fantastic free day out. It's exactly the kind of housing and community-focused event that makes a real difference. Link Group colleagues from their tenant engagement, housing, advice, repairs and sustainability teams were joined by tenants and football club volunteers to run activities and information stalls for tenants. The event also gave attendees the opportunity to connect with local organisations including Andy's Man Club, 50 Plus Network and the Food Train. Colin Cassie, Tenant Engagement Manager for Link Group, said, "To see Bathgate Summer Fun Day celebrate its 5th year with nearly 500 attendees is a testament to both the dedication of everyone involved in making the day a success and the importance of building strong relationships with and within our communities. Engaging with tenants and bringing our communities together is at the core of our work, and the day service is one of the many ways we build trust and communication with our tenants to foster safe, connected neighbourhoods." And there are a number of pictures coming along with this. There is, obviously, it's at the Creamery Football Park, so there is a picture of a young boy standing in the goals with somebody about to try and looks like he's going to try and score a penalty. And then there is a nice picture of two of the ladies from Link, and they are standing next to a stall from Excite West Lothian with lots of information. And there is a picture of a wee boy in an orange sheet, and he has been making rainbow coloured crafts. And there is a lovely picture of a young girl. She looks about 4, and she's wearing a red tartan waistcoat and a red tartan kilt with a white long sleeve blouse, white socks and white shoes, and she's got lovely face paint on. It looks like wee butterflies on her face. And there are other pictures of children at tables enjoying different types of arts and crafts that are being shown to them by the volunteers who are there. I think the face painting, though, looking at the pictures, there's a lot of people with face painting, lots of rainbow styles, birds, butterflies. Whoever was doing it did a fantastic job.
Dogs Trust Pet for the week. Pablo is perfect, by a staff reporter. Pablo is a bright and bouncy 4-year-old border collie cross with a real zest for life and tennis balls. This clever boy is looking for an adopter who'll fetch the fun with him, whether that's a game of fetch with his favourite ball or a fun training session. This gorgeous boy is quick to learn and keen to please, especially if treats are involved. Pablo enjoys peaceful walks where he can sniff to his heart's desire, car rides and spending time with his favourite people. Once you've earned his trust, he will happily lean in for fusses and affection. Could Pablo be the perfect match for you? Dogs Trust currently has hundreds of dogs in its care who are ready to meet someone like you. Dogs Trust West Calder is open to the public 5 days a week, and you don't need an appointment to visit. See dogs looking for homes, get advice, or apply to adopt. To find out more about Pablo and all the pooches patiently waiting to be adopted at Dogs Trust West Calder, visit www.dogstrust.org.uk/West Calder. Give a dog a new life.
Libraries Launch Initiative. Almond Bank Library, Bathgate Library, Broxburn Library and West Calder Library in West Lothian have launched a new initiative which will deliver free, impartial advocacy to members of the public through a new partnership between the Scottish Library and Information Council, SLIC, and National Charity Advice Direct Scotland. The 4 West Lothian libraries will be included in the first phase of the programme, which will see trained advocates from Advocacy Scot, run by Advice Direct Scotland, offer in-person support in select public libraries throughout the country to help people access and deal with Social Security Scotland benefits, ensuring their voice is heard. The new in-library service will offer an accessible, face-to-face option for those who prefer a more personal interaction or who may face barriers to accessing online services. By embedding these services with trusted, familiar community spaces, the partnership aims to make it easier for people to access the help they need, whilst also strengthening engagement with local library services. Visitors will be encouraged to become library members, connecting more people with books, digital resources, learning opportunities and community activities. Alison Nolan, Chief Executive of SLIC, said, "Libraries are trusted public spaces that sit at the heart of communities, offering connection, learning and support to people of all ages. By partnering with Advice Direct Scotland, we can extend the support even further, ensuring that anyone who needs advice can access it easily, locally and without barriers. This collaboration strengthens community anchors and helps build more inclusive and resilient Scotland." Through this participation in a partnership, West Lothian locals will have easier access to trusted advice, advocacy and guidance wherever they need it. Marjorie Gibson, Operation Director of Advice Direct Scotland, which runs Advocacy Scot, added, "Our mission is to ensure everyone in Scotland can access free, impartial advocacy when they need it most. Libraries are welcoming, familiar environments, and bring our advocates into these spaces will help us reach even more people in a way that feels comfortable and accessible. We are proud to work with SLIC to expand our support and connect communities with the right guidance at the right time. To learn more, visit www.advocacy.scot or call 0808 196 8901.
Gloves are off. Livingston versus Queen's Park. After early exit of the Cup, full focus is on Championship opener as Lions seek top flight return, by Paul Thompson. Glenn Whelan insists the gloves are off as Livingston prepare to fight for the Championship crown and make a winning start in their bid for an immediate return to the top flight. The Lions head coach and his side welcome Queen's Park to Almond Vale on Saturday for their Championship opener, and it arrives off the disappointment of Livy crashing out of the Premier Sports Cup at the group stages. Livy lost out on penalties to Stenhousemuir on Saturday as the Warriors took the bonus point following a 0-0 draw, leaving Whelan's men third in Group E. But with the bread and butter of the league on the horizon, Whelan knows that it is all that matters this season and believes his squad is ready to challenge for the title. Whelan told the club media, "The gloves are off now and it is about starting really well. Now they have the shirts, they need the fight to keep them. I am not going to stand still, I am going to be pushing to get the right results and the right performances. If players don't want to be with us, those lads will need to move on. We will come back to Stenhousemuir in the league season, so we need to use this disappointment as ammunition to go and get the right results and the right performances in the league. The performances have been really good so far, up to a point, and the lads have taken the messages on from myself. We can't be sore losers. We need to use this disappointment to our advantage because I have seen enough, especially in the second half on Saturday, for us to kick on and be a real threat in the league." The Lions went unbeaten in their group games, winning twice, 2-0 against Brecon and 8-0 against Forfar, and drawing twice, 0-0 with Steny and 1-1 with Partick Thistle, so Whelan feels there are still plenty of positives to take despite exiting before the knockout rounds. He added, "We are disappointed because we are out of the competition. I think in the 2 games we drew, we were on top in both and tested their goalkeeper, but unfortunately we couldn't score the goal we needed. We haven't lost a game in 4 matches, but we are out. We'll dust ourselves down and go again for the big campaign starting now. In the 4 games, I don't think we've been under too much pressure. It has been about us, and there are areas in the final third where we need to improve and be a little more creative. Once we get into those areas, I think the lads are thinking they need to score right away, but we need to be a little more positive when we get into those areas. You have to give credit to Stenhousemuir. They came with a plan and it has worked for them.
Brock's kick-off season with narrow wins, article by Paul Thompson. Broxburn Athletic has made a perfect start to the new Lowland League East season with back-to-back wins over the course of a few days. John Miller's men kicked off on Saturday with a 1-0 win at Stirling University, thanks to Quinn Mitchell's 4th-minute strike. And on Tuesday night, they backed that up with the same scoreline at home to Gala Fairy Dean Rovers, where Errol Douglas's 92nd minute penalty gave them all 3 points. Speaking after Saturday's win over the students, Miller told the club media, "It's a strong start. We were quite dominant in terms of possession at the start of the game and managed to score off our first corner, which is always nice. I suppose there is the argument that you can sometimes score too early in a game, and you saw that in the second half. University of Stirling managed to build a prolonged period of pressure, but I thought our changes off the bench were outstanding and really gave us a foothold in the game again. We saw it out fairly comfortably from there, although Kyle Jing in goals had to come up with a couple of big moments, and Jake Service has one off the line in the final moments. But to come away from home on the first day of the season against a really fit side on a hot, muggy day with a clean sheet and 5 new signings in the starting lineup is a really good result. Across the pitch, there wasn't a failure. It was a really good day at the office. We were missing big players today. Errol Douglas, Jamie McGale and Magaro Gomez were all out, so that's 3 big players who were out for us. So to put that performance in, I couldn't be happier. The games are coming thick and fast for Brox, who now host Lochee United on Saturday. And Miller admits he will need to utilise his entire squad to keep his side fresh. He added, "We start with 7 games in 33 days, so it's a game every 4.5 days. It's a really tough schedule to start the season. You're really hoping the boys can come through it unscathed and without injury, as it's a very tight turnaround in games. We might have to rotate a few things because the new system we are playing certainly asks a lot of the boys. We will need to rotate over this period and the rest of the season as well."
Beth's big moment. Livingston weightlifter Beth Ashby realised her Commonwealth Games dream on Tuesday when she competed in the women's 63-kilogram event. The 29-year-old had previously tried to qualify for the 2014 Games gymnastics and switched sports to push for her big moment. After finishing 9th in the final, she posted on her Instagram, "Thank you to everyone who came to support me. It was an amazing experience I can't even explain. Yes, it really wasn't my best and that's frustrating, but that's just sports for you." And there is a photograph of Beth holding those weights above her head, so I think she's done exceedingly well too. And that's us at the end of this week's recording. So when you've finished listening to it, please put the memory stick back into the folder and return it to us as soon as you can. Please also remember to turn over the address label, leaving the cut-off corner at the top right-hand side. And now it's good night from me, Rebecca.
And good night from me, Joanne.
And good night from me, Sarah.
Good night.